but I'm gonna go and just get, try and get as many kills as possible. Tam, what were your impressions?
Yeah, I very similar. I feel like
the beta
it
was
felt
today.
very
Wait, what, a
familiar,
week?
and
2
the other
weeks?
part of it was, like Salos has said, it feels a lot more skill based, and
Ugh.
I don't know, it kind of felt like there was a lot more pressure because of it, which I think is going to be interesting because...
Okay, so there's probably like another minute.
I think
then.
Overwatch 2's success
They
came from
fucked up.
being able to appeal to a lot of people and being able to find a groove for you regardless of your
starting
skill
somewhere
level.
else?
Like, you could play a Mercy or you could play another character that, for, again, using the similar terminology, has an I win bar.
Okay, there we go. I was like, wait, am I missing anything? Here we go. Nick, you be my eyes. Is it starting anywhere else? Do we know if it's... I should never. I prefer to watch, to be honest, game... Where is it actually starting somewhere else? Oh no, it's starting. I'm not going anywhere.
Which one's your favorite? Mine's Tracer. She's like, cheers love, the cavalry's here.
She's like, cheers love, the cavalry's here.
Before me, I see the future. Human. Machine. You know there's more out there, don't you?
Kind of sounds like he was mocking her.
Even the best journeys.
She's like,
but a new one is right around the corner.
okay, that's fine. I'm just focusing on what we're watching, just as long as it's starting, We're not too far behind.
Let's take him to the wasteland.
One punch is all I need.
Nice work, team.
I'll take a 30-second delay. Not too worried about it.
Boom, baby!
Check me out.
Get in there.
I love that Ana costume that they show up from the back.
It takes a team to
That
tango.
looks so nice. I don't know if that's just her standard look now. But whatever that cape was, I was like, oh. That cape looks so good. So excited. That was my excited squeal.
Hello everyone, I am Zoe Schwind, and earlier this week the community was treated to some massive news regarding Overwatch 2. Of course, the biggest announcement by far was the news that Overwatch 2 will arrive on October the 4th as an always-on, always-evolving live service game that will be free to play for everyone. Now,
Oh my God,
if you're like
Marcus.
me, you're eager to learn more. And that is why I'm here today
It's
at the
Zoe.
Blizzard campus to better understand the decisions behind the announcements, find out what they mean for the players, and, with some luck, uncover a few new game details for you at home. And be sure to stay tuned for the world premiere of the new
Okay, so they're not doing
cinematic,
it
The
in
Wastelander,
the
which
beginning,
was
they're probably gonna do
teased
it at
just a few days ago. So with that, let's get into it.
Yeah, no more talking. More details, please. We've heard talking for years.
Joining me are Overwatch game director Aaron Keller and production director Paul Hale. First, how are you two doing?
I'm doing great, excited. Yes, me too. So excited to be talking about this.
And I'm so excited to have you both here. Now,
Robot
there was
reboot.
a ton of news which dropped over the weekend, and the community has been buzzing. And I'm excited to be able to sit down with you two now to unpack all of this for everyone watching at home. Now, the biggest announcement had to be the news that Overwatch 2 is releasing on October 4th as a free-to-play live service. That's incredible, and that must be very, very exciting for you and your team.
Yeah, Overwatch 2, it's been a labor of love for our team. We're all dedicated to creating a game that our community will enjoy for
He's reading a
years to come.
teleprompter.
We also want players to feel like there was always something new for them to play or experience in the game.
Oh,
These
he's
goals
reading off a
really
teleprompter.
led us down the path
I don't
of
like that.
developing Overwatch 2 as an always-on living game. One that continues to evolve and expand through seasonal content
9-week
drops
seasonal
and
model.
keeps the game as fresh and
New
fun to
hero
play
every other
long
season.
after it turns on. We're lucky to
Cross
have
pro-
such a
cross
passionate
progress.
and creative set of players. And we know that they've been craving more ways
There
to
are
play the game they
teleprompters
love so
everywhere,
much.
yeah.
In recent years, we haven't done a good enough job at delivering that for our fans.
don't
and
like
we
that
feel
he's
their
not really
frustration.
looking at her.
We took a hard look at our strategy for Overwatch 2 to make sure that we could deliver new heroes, new maps, modes, and more to the community on a
That's
frequent
not a new
and
mode. That's
consistent
something we know
basis.
about, but go on.
As an Overwatch fan, of course, that's music to my ears.
We know that's the
So we're gonna get a
community's top
new
priority,
hero-
and we feel like we have the right approach to be able to deliver that for them
Every
well into the
other
future.
season.
How are you and the team planning
every
to
season's
deliver on that promise?
9
Well, the
weeks.
very first step is getting the game into everyone's hands. And that's going to happen on October 4th when we transition Overwatch 1 and invite every PC and console player to drop in and experience Overwatch 2's reimagined PvP experience. And that's just the beginning. Our plan is to deliver a steady drumbeat of new content every 9 weeks through free seasonal updates, ensuring that there's always something new to play, chase, unlock
So
in
there's
Overwatch
new
2.
things coming every
that
9
all
weeks,
sounds
and then
amazing, and it's so much of it too. And
every
now,
other
I
season
am
there's
sure
a new
everyone at
character.
home wants to hear more details.
Of course, I'd be happy to share a look at the road ahead. Our journey is going to begin on October 4th, when Overwatch 2 releases free to
3
play.
new
This
heroes?
includes 3 new heroes, 6 new maps, a brand new mode, and more. The new heroes include Sojourn, JunkerQueen, and a brand new support hero that we'll reveal in the months ahead. Our new maps will take players across the globe to iconic locations.
that's
Our new
insane.
PvP mode, called Push, will challenge teams in new and exciting ways. Players will also be able to unlock new cosmetic items through the in-game store and Battle Pass,
Okay. Like I said,
as well as
Battle
complete
Pass,
weekly
in-game
challenges
store.
and experience the
Confirmed.
start of Competitive Play 2.0. And of course, everyone will also be able to access the revamped heroes, PvP maps, and fan-favorite game modes from the first Overwatch game. Our next season will arrive in early December, where we will introduce a new tank hero, along with a new map.
30 plus.
We'll have more
skins.
themed cosmetic items for players to earn and unlock in an all-new Battle Pass and also in the in-game store. And in 2023, we'll continue to release a new season every 9 weeks with either a new hero, new map, or new mode. Players will get the chance to earn more themed content, complete weekly challenges,
Holy shit.
access new
3,
Battle
4,
Passes, and more. There will always be something new to play.
7 new maps.
In 2023, we'll also begin releasing our new PvE experiences, which we're really excited about. We're really looking forward to being able to share more with the community as we get closer to releasing them.
I know we've seen more and more games shift towards that free-to-play model in recent years, and it really does seem like
she's
players have taken
pregnant.
a liking to it, especially
her.
shooter fans. Did that have an impact on deciding to make Overwatch 2 go free-to-play?
Honestly, not really. For us, free-to-play games offer a lot of advantages. From the very start,
More
Overwatch
money.
was designed to be a social experience. We have
be
heroes
honest.
of
Just be
different
honest.
roles, and they all rely
Here's
on
mine.
each other
It's about
in
mine.
order to accomplish their objectives in the game. So
But you know I'm
it
buying
requires
everything.
a lot of teamwork. We also see that outside of our game, within our community, with fan art, cosplay, and the Overwatch League. We know our fans are having the most fun when they're playing with their friends or meeting new ones, and the move to free-to-play makes it easy for everyone to just drop in, play the game, join the community, whether they own Overwatch 1 or not. And with Overwatch 2 crossplay enabled, people can play together no matter what platform they prefer to play on. It's always been a game that stood for inclusivity and community. When they see the roster of heroes, we want them to feel like there's someone there that they can feel connected to. Because The Overwatch universe is and always will be a place for everyone. And we feel like we have an incredible opportunity with Overwatch 2.
Not looking at her.
I can't wait
It just
for
bothers me
October when
so
this
much.
incredible journey
I
will
don't
begin
like
for
that.
all of us. Now that we have a better understanding of what's to come,
Oh, they're separating
I'd love
everything.
to dive a little deeper,
PC
starting with Overwatch
exclusive,
2's new approach
Xbox,
to PvP. Can you maybe
PS4 will
elaborate
play
and
together.
explain a little more?
Sure. PvP
We just
has
wanna just
always been at the heart of
punch
the
some people
Overwatch
down.
experience.
It would bring
and
everyone together if
we've
we
made
could beat
some
up on
tweaks to it
Twitch,
over the
on
years,
Twitch
but
people, on Switch
Overwatch
people.
2 really gave us the
You
opportunity
want to talk about
put the
community?
mode
Let's
under
go
a
beat up on
microscope.
the Switch players.
We really wanted players to feel that they had more impact in a match. And we've made significant, fundamental changes that we just couldn't do in the current live game. This was a foundational shift that changed everything. Heroes, maps, and more. So we had to reevaluate every aspect of PvP to ensure we got it right. We've been encouraged by player feedback from the first beta, and we will continue to make updates and improvements in the game.
Well, earlier today, I had a chance to sit down with a few additional members of the Overwatch team and hear more about all the work they're doing to redefine PvP in Overwatch 2. So let's take a look.
One of the things that gets us up in the morning, happy to work on Overwatch, it's first and foremost a really special game. The way we portray a bright future, everyone on the team is really proud of it.
We're bringing an all-new PvP experience. We're transforming from a 6v6 to a 5v5.
Changed a lot of how we design heroes and actually how we balance them as well. We had to go back and look at all the heroes and all the tanks especially and make sure that everyone fits and works really well in this new paradigm. This newfound importance on each individual player to feel like they can really make an impact on the game.
We're trying to obviously maintain the original character's identity and overall silhouette, colors, statements, but also kind of bring something a little bit new.
We can make balance adjustments really quick. As fast as our design team sees that there's an issue.
Jeff Goodman and the rest of the hero design team have been loving all the feedback coming in. They have tons of awesome ideas about how to change or adjust balance.
So heroes like Orisa got a major rework. We're looking at how many barriers are in place. You think about Overwatch, you think of these really protective shields. But we're looking at it from the perspective of, you know, what if she didn't have that? What would that even look like? We're just always looking for great opportunities to change for the better.
Very surprised.
I'm really excited about how we've refreshed all the maps.
I think we've done a lot of great changes, especially for PvP.
A lot of our old stuff just looks gorgeous now. We've done a lot with the art and with lighting and shadows and just made stuff pop a little bit more. We also added some options with like daytime, nighttime.
I think all of the Overwatch 2 maps are custom recorded in the actual place. We've hired a field recordist to actually go capture ambience of the real world location. We realize it's a subtle detail, but those are the things that really make these maps come to life.
We have done a pass playing all the old maps in 5v5 and adjusting things for that kind of setup, whether it's moving cover around just a little bit or tweaking a door.
You did something to the
We're listening to feedback,
the
so
day-night
we're going
cycle.
to improve
Let's
each
be
map
honest
based
here.
on what the players have been singing.
We've been working on these for a little while now, and we're really excited about
So
it.
maybe we'll
We're
see some
really
changes
happy
on like
with
the newer
positive
maps.
feedback once people were able to
But
play
even
it.
like
I think it was an important
Roman stuff,
milestone
it
for us
doesn't
to get it in
really
players' hands.
Crazy.
Competitive play
competitive, here we
is
go.
a different thing to a lot of different people. And we really didn't think we were providing enough tools and measures to actually help players out if they did want to improve. We're reworking our scoreboard to provide more information to players as they're playing through the match. But then once they finish the match, we're actually going to provide an after-action report. So you can look at the report while you're in queue. You can actually go into your history section and look. We want to work towards providing you with information that will help you improve your game.
We've been getting feedback from a lot of different areas, from our community team, like streamers, influencers. We've also been getting a lot of feedback from Overwatch League players.
We do want to actually provide a bit of feeling of progression. So one of the other changes we're making alongside that is not making your skill rating quite so granular. Right now, it's a very hard number. Instead of a numeric skill rating, we're adding these skill tiers within the larger ones. If you see
Makes sense.
someone at
People
a really
can't
high
han-
skill
people
tier,
can't
you
handle
know that that person is not just that good of an Overwatch player, but they've earned it.
Okay. So we get a change there. So we're gonna do skill tiers instead of
One
just
of
a
the
hard
cool
number.
things about Overwatch 2 is it has this new push game mode and maps along with it. Push is a PvP game mode on several different new maps. We've been playing it in the beta, and we've actually been using it in Overwatch League as well.
And once we started playtesting it, it was kind of an instant hit.
There's a level, it has one path that goes all the way through it from one base to the other. And in the middle
it is fun.
TS1.
It is a good time.
And he's this lovable robot with a pair of barricades next to him. And the players are essentially
it's not
fighting
like a
for
big
control.
change
And if they take
from
control by taking out the other enemy
Halo.
team, TS1 will move a barricade
I wanna see something
towards
like
the enemy base.
Superman.
To win, you either get that barricade all the way to the enemy base, or after a certain amount of time, did you move your barricade farther than the enemy team did? It's a very fair game mode.
I think
maps
maybe
are
like
great.
at higher
Provides
levels,
for a lot of different
maybe
like,
like a
locations
good
where a lot
time.
of great fights.
So in the beta, it was just like gotta get a good like back and forth.
We
going.
developed a lot of engine upgrades in the game, so this allows us to do faster iteration. This was a huge effort by our engine team to allow the art team to build faster, more detailed environments in a shorter amount of time. You will get to experience the game world. We wanted to feel much more immersive.
Overwatch 2 is a dream for audio features. It's everything we've ever really wanted to do. We really go into every little bit of detail trying to find a way that every sound will cut through. When we started on Overwatch 1, we were really focused on the headphone mix. We thought for a PC-first kind of game, we realized that people listen to Overwatch in all types of different places. So now we support home theater Dolby Atmos in the game.
Oh, Atmos.
Now consoles offer all kinds of new things too, like 3D audio that we're supporting. There's new voice lines, new conversations between all of the favorite heroes. And we have so many, there'll be more that'll just come to the game over time. We've written 25,000 voice lines for Overwatch 2.
Going up.
So tons of new features. And the reality is that Overwatch scales even beyond that, all the way up to giant sports arenas for our Overwatch finals.
Everything you like about Overwatch, you're gonna get that in Overwatch 2, but even more.
You know, we're really listening to that feedback. A lot of it we felt like, man, we really think this is gonna be super fun. We just need people to be able to play it.
October 4th is really just the
So
beginning.
let's play it. Let us play it right now. Just let it out.
I mean, just amazing work by the entire team, and I personally can't wait to finally get my hands on the full PvP experience when Overwatch 2 goes live this October. And October is just the start. As Paul mentioned earlier, Overwatch 2 will continue to evolve and grow over time. But what does that mean for us, the players? Well, I went behind the scenes to talk with the team working on new seasonal content and find out more. So let's take a closer look at what players can expect when Overwatch 2 expands post-launch.
We're really excited because people will just be able to just fully immerse yourself in the maps and the storylines and the heroes.
With the new seasonal model, we'll be able to drop a ton of content in very frequently as we're updating the game through these big seasonal drops. We're looking at releasing heroes every other season and then a map in between those. And on top of that, we're looking at dropping a ton of content involving skins and other great goodies for players to get their hands on for each seasonal drop.
We have so much that we want to do in Overwatch to develop this game because we think it's the next step for us. We think there is so much more we can bring.
I'm really happy moving to our new seasonal-based schedule, making this really huge commitment to regular updates. It's exciting at the same time because I know what this team can do.
We really want players to be able to anticipate when things are going to enter the game.
With all the new content and events coming in, it's even more important to just make sure that everybody knows what's coming.
And along with the free-to-play change, we're doing away with loot boxes entirely. We have a new Battle Pass model coming in, and we have a store as well. So players will have a lot more control about how they interact with the game and how they acquire new content.
Pretty spot on with that.
We've been working on
Kind
so
of
many
obvious.
things over the past couple of years. I'm most excited for folks to see some of the
So
new
now,
heroes
like I
that
was
we've been
saying,
cooking up.
I
It's
think
a
last
bunch
week
of
I was like,
different
so
reasons why we
what
choose to make
are
a
you gonna
hero.
let me
We're
do
trying to follow the narrative
my
with the hero
302
that
loot
makes
boxes?
sense, or do we need to
Are you
create
gonna
a
give
hero
me
that answers
in-game
this meta,
currency?
counters a
Are you
certain
gonna,
strategy
you
that's
know,
too
is there gonna
strong in the
be
game?
We've
equal
got
to
2
this
more
amount?
supports and another tank in just the first couple of seasons, and we're still working on new characters for
So what are
a
you gonna
year,
do
year
for
and a half
me?
down the line as well. There's characters
Since
that
I've
folks have already seen
worked my
glimpses
way
of
up to
in the story,
302
and
loot
there's
boxes.
also
You gonna give me
characters that
credit?
we've never seen before, never heard about.
We were looking at making sure the new heroes fit within this new, very fast-paced paradigm and less shields and crowd control. You can see a lot of that reflected in team play moments, but with a much faster-paced vibe.
They're gonna be like, you're screwed.
We want to push the sci-fi, the futuristic feeling of maps. There's a touch of sci-fi everywhere you look. So this is something that was a bit more subtle in Overwatch 1. We really want players to feel that the world takes place in not so distant future.
Coming up next is Rio.
Rio, new PvP map. Pretty sure everybody's gonna love that one as well.
It's a great map. It's close to the team. Many people on the team are from Brazil, so it was kind of fun.
I'm not gonna worry
inject the
about it. I
culture,
would
the colors,
would love
the
if they're
vibe
just
into
like
this map.
if
There's
you
a map
have
that
both
takes place in
exchange
Portugal.
all of your loot
This map is
boxes for
pretty
this
close
set
to the
amount,
team
I'd just be
because
like,
our
that's
lead
fine.
environment artist, he's
That's what I
from
want.
Portugal. People from the location should really
But I think
get a
they're just gonna
sense
be
that
like,
we've
we're
done
not
a
doing
ton
it
of
anymore,
research, and we were very inspired.
Screw you and
I
your
think we captured
302
it
loot
pretty
boxes.
beautifully in the game. It is a push map, one of the newest game modes, and we tried some pretty interesting layouts for this one, so we hope the players
This
like
looks
it.
cute.
We definitely want
This is,
the
Portugal?
game to feel like a globe-trotting adventure.
I want to see India. That map looked
There's
fantastic.
new types of content from what you're used to in Overwatch 1. We have charms, we have banners.
The current mythic skin that's in the works, that I worked on actually,
I'm here
is
for it.
Genji. He's got this kind of cyberpunk Japanese demonic theme. Mythic skins are meant to be this next tier of skins above legendary. We want players to be able to go in there and pick and choose certain pieces meant to be this
Color
extra awesome legendary
customization?
skin that you can customize.
Let's
We're concurrently
go.
developing quite a few mythic skins. They're going to be released over the
Mythic
season.
skins?
All this amazing stuff. All of the
Above
amazing
legendary?
skins.
For
I
weapon
am
charms,
here
really
for
what we're
it.
looking
Pride
for there
banners
is
all
just
the
for
fucking
players
way.
to be able to express themselves and dress their
Oh,
character
people are
up.
gonna
One of
hate
our
me.
core tenets on Overwatch visually is to focus
Once you
a
kill
lot
someone,
on
can you-
the
oh, a
first person. We
donut!
really want you to be able to see it and enjoy it while you're playing the game.
One thing that was
Oh
really
my
important
God,
for us was
I
to make
love
sure that players, if they earn anything in the game anywhere, that they're able to use it everywhere. So if you earn something on console or on PC or in Overwatch 1, you can always use it in anywhere in Overwatch 2 as well. And with each new season,
How much are we
How
looking at? How much money are we looking at here?
These seasonal updates will allow
That's
us to
the
be
thing.
constantly infusing the game with new content, new
They're
heroes,
gonna make
new
so
maps.
much money.
So the game
Just
is going
off
to
of
feel
me, though.
fresh
I'm buying
just all the
everything.
time.
There's always going to be
And
something
they know,
for you to
they
do
know
or to
everyone,
work towards.
all these
There's
fucking-
never going to be
all
a
these
point where you're like, gosh, I don't have anything
gay
to do.
boys and girls. We're
Being
gonna
able
buy
to
up
provide
every
players
fucking
with
thing from this
new
game. It's gonna be like
heroes every
DVD
so
on
often, new
steroids.
maps.
It is going to be a growing and an evolving game. There's
So
so
much
much
money.
for us to explore as we move forward.
Good. I'm happy.
Get ready. It's going to be
Game
really
I-
exciting, really fun. With both PvP and
It's my
PvE,
game, so.
there's going to be really great content for you to immerse yourself in and continue to play over and over again
Here
with
for
your
it.
friends.
We can't wait for October
I'm buying
4th.
everything.
We're just excited to be back.
Okay, so that's already 2 of us. So how many people
I mean,
out
it's
of
so
everyone
great
that's
to see how
excited
much
and like
thought
pumped for
and
this game
care
and
your
like
team
this is their
pouring
game,
into,
they're gonna buy everything.
really elevating the game
Hundreds of
through
dollars.
post-launch
Hundreds of
season.
thousands of
You
dollars.
mentioned that PvE is coming in 2023. Now, can you tell us how the development is going and why the team is committed to bringing these type of experiences?
Oh, and then on
into
top of that, you're gonna
Overwatch?
probably
We're
have
all
a
so
full
invested in the world of
60
Overwatch
to
and
$70
the heroes that live in it.
campaign they're
And
gonna make
through
you
the years, we've developed
buy as well.
cinematics, animated shorts, and graphic novels for our players who
Yeah,
just
you have
wanna
to
get
remember that too.
deeper
That the
into
campaign
lore.
is gonna be like
With
a $60.
PvE,
It's gonna be a
we have an opportunity
standalone
to go a step
standalone
further,
buy.
to go deeper into diverse storytelling in ways that we really just haven't been able to
Right, so
before.
$60 for
So
a retail game.
we are planning to
and
expand
then
the
a
Overwatch
full
universe through these
thing of
seasons that we just
cosmetics to buy
described.
and a battle pass.
And we will start delivering this PvE gameplay in
So let's say it's gonna be like what?
PvE will
a
be delivered
$10
through the
battle
live
pass
service, and that means we'll be able to deliver and tell more Overwatch
and
stories
probably
and
a
create more
full
opportunities to
price
experience our heroes.
retail game at
Here's
60.
a sneak peek at what we're working on.
The team's goal for PvE in Overwatch 2 is to basically move the overall story.
And then
of
are they gonna
Overwatch
have-
4. We've told a lot of short stories along the way.
Oh, it's gonna be
There are a lot
to
of
buy.
to be
That's why they're doing it
continues.
standalone.
It's time for us
They
to
wouldn't make the-
answer those questions.
there's no way this is gonna be
close
free.
off some of those stories, ask new
No way.
questions. So the new game will definitely move the overall canon of the lore of Overwatch forward.
Get those doors open! For the PvP live service, for certain seasons, you're also going to get some PvE maps. You'll be fighting Null Sector in at least some of the maps. They've come back and they're mad, so it's Overwatch's job to take them out. There's going to be
Hold on.
content for you to immerse yourself in and continue to play over and over again.
A lot of the older
So they're
guys
gonna be
from
re-
the original
releasing the
Overwatch
PvE
team,
stuff
they're
in
coming
chunks,
back,
or is there
but they
gonna be
need
a
help
campaign?
with some of the younger generation like Brigitte
That's a
and
little
Lucio.
unclear.
We're going to tell the story of how Overwatch basically gets back together. Another thing we want to do with the story is to showcase more of where the characters are from. For example, Torbjorn is from Gothenburg. Players will get a chance to see what Torbjorn's factory looks like.
You can play PvE with your friends and immerse yourself in the world and stay inside of it a little bit longer.
Wow, this is incredible. It's so great to get that first sneak peek. So thank you so much for sharing that.
She's
Before
like,
I let
this
you run
baby's
off,
gonna come
is there
out. Let's get
anything
this
you'd like
over
to say
with.
to the community watching?
Yeah, we are
She's holding that baby
so
in.
excited for
about to
today. And we're so
bust.
excited for you all to be able to see everything that we want to show you. And we really cannot wait for October 4th when we're all playing this game
Oh,
together.
you can tell she's ready to
Can
pop.
I now
Do you see
we'll
her-
also
do you see
take
her
a deeper
belly?
look at a brand new hero. That's right, JunkerQueen, who will be playable for the first time during the beta later this month already. Now, before we do that though, we thought we'd take a look at JunkerQueen's origin story to get to know
Okay,
the
so we're
next
gonna get the
great
origin story,
Overwatch
then we're gonna get the
character a
cinematic,
little
and then
better.
that's it, I think.
Paul, Aaron,
Okay,
we
this was a lot of
appreciate you
information.
spending some time
It's a
with
lot
us
to
today. Best of luck to you. And of
Take
course,
down.
your entire
But I wish
team
it
as
was a
you
little
gear
bit
up for
longer.
that
I wish maybe they
launch.
showed a
Let's
little
take
bit of
look.
the campaign, like a snippet of the campaign gameplay. But well, we can take this.
1, 2, 3, 4. She's a colossus, born from the sand, rose above the station and brought to command. Her bears and in the outback, she fought through her pain, hunts the barrel on the X and wrecks him like a train. This is the legend of the JunkerQueen. Watch your back, she's a hurt machine.
She's a heart machine.
Walk the world since 17. She put it down with kerosene. She went on a journey to break the curse of the 5 metal demons of the betting land. They thought they were best, found out she was worse. She left them to rust beneath the skin. This is the legend of the JunkerQueen. Watch your back, she's a hurt machine. Walk the world since 17. She put it down with kerosene.
Well, I know sacrifice and I know pain. On Mixed Mutants Raiders, many I'd say, Junkertown is my domain, and when I'm done, none of this will remain. There will be a reckoning!
She fucking hates on this, doesn't she? If you notice on her, someone mentioned this before too, on her kneecaps.
Wow,
and
just
on her,
wow, what an unbelievable
on her
new
elbow- her elbow
hero,
pads
and
and
we
her
will
knee
dive
pads are
deeper
on
into JunkerQueen.
their
But
face
first,
plates.
I wanted to introduce art director Dion Rogers.
So make
and
sure,
a
like,
few new
when you
faces
look
to
at
the show. We
her-
have narrative designer Miranda
look.
Moyer,
Look at her
and
kneecaps and her-
cinematic
her
director Ben
elbows.
Dye. Thank you guys so much for joining. Welcome.
Yeah, Their thank you faces for of having us.
Good to
Omnics.
be here.
I'm really excited to share this. It takes an army to create a game.
I mean, the effort is
took
clearly
that Omnic
paying
and
off.
she
That short was
tossed
just
it.
so
Did you
much
see
fun
that?
to watch. Now, it's been such an exciting week for everyone watching, but I'm sure for you three as well. Players have learned that the next beta is coming on June 28th. Can you tell me a little bit more about what we can expect to see in this beta?
The biggest thing is open to console players this time. We're gonna add a new map, Rio. JunkerQueen will be playable finally. So this should be pretty
Rio
fun.
I mean, I personally can't wait to get my hands on JunkerQueen, and you're
on the notepad
representing
as well.
her right there with the cool shirt as
Yeah.
well. What a great segue. So let's talk more about the newest Overwatch hero.
I think it's super exciting. I know everybody has been really anticipating this character for a long time. She's been super prominent in our lore ever since the Junkertown map came out, and I think people have really been looking forward to finally getting to experience everything that she has to offer.
What makes JunkerQueen so unique, and why do you think the Overwatch players will love her?
So JunkerQueen is interesting. Usually when we start a character, we do a bunch of drawings and we have a little story. But she was kind of born out of the Junkertown map. We started to create this map that was associated with Roadhog and Junkrat. This narrative started to appear where they've been kicked out of the city. And so we're like, who kicked them out? And we're like, well, maybe there's some sort of leader. So we had the kind of Junkertown decree that you can see in the level. And then over time, it kind of developed that it was a queen.
During the short, we're actually developing her personality. She's full of attitude. You know, that's what we love about her is she's really, really strong. So she's very recognizable. And obviously the lore behind her is very interesting. So some of that potentially can bounce off what the game design will be.
It's great to hear that it's just such a collaboration with the Overwatch team.
Yeah, this is the fun part about working together.
The Overwatch universe, it's filled with memorable heroes. And as you said yourself, Ben, it does take a village of dedicated developers to really bring each one of those to life, but in a meaningful way. So let's take a deeper look at the making
They have something
of
blurred out
JunkerQueen.
back there. I wonder if it's a character. That's
When
like
we started
hidden,
on JunkerQueen, first we have to decide what kind of role she's going to take. So she's a tank. She's a really aggressive tank. You know, we didn't want her to be kind of a Reinhardt style, stay back.
I hope
and
she has
guard
the
her
Kratos
team.
thing where she
She's got
throws
this very
the
ferocious
axe.
nature,
I
and we
think she
wanted
does.
for that to be
Pulls
represented
it
in
back
her
and she
gameplay
does
as well.
damage as she
Personally, what
comes
I'm
back.
most excited
Yes.
about JunkerQueen is just her big axe, you know, just to be able to swing that thing around is awesome.
It's always great to have some sort of anchor point to make sure we really incorporate this axe into her abilities.
Yeah, she can throw it.
Secondary we call Jagged Blade. If you do your quick melee attack, she will kind of swing with the blade instead of a normal punch. It does a little bit of extra damage and creates a wound on the enemy. So she can throw the blade as her secondary fire, and it's really a great sort of skill shot to be able to land on an enemy, especially like a moving enemy if you can land it. And after you throw it, she'll recall it, and the force of recalling it, if it's stuck into somebody, will actually pull them forward. So she can actually kind of pull people to herself if you can manage to stick that blade into somebody. Her JunkerQueen's ultimate, we have an ability called Rampage. She creates this kind of whirlwind of magnetized metal, including her weapons, and it whirls around her, and then she dashes forward, and you try to go through as many enemies as possible and tag them all up. That also wounds everybody, which is really important because it's very easy to hit them with this large area effect, so it heals you for a lot. But also, it creates a debuff on the enemies that reduces the healing that they receive to 0.
Speaking my language.
Our sound designer has done an incredible job with her. She's full of snarky fun to the way she plays. So all throughout her kit, there's little guitar sounds actually hidden. So if you listen to her axe, she pulls it out and there's a big screech on the guitar strings and she pulls it forward. We have a wonderful actor named Leah who we found after a huge global search trying to find the right voice for her.
Here I am.
It's really amazing when the right actor matches the character and the personality. You feel this sort of magic that comes out of it.
I think players are gonna love her. She's scary, she's awesome.
She's a departure from any other hero that we have here.
You know, this is just a straightforward badass character.
She's just been so much fun to work on, and I'm just so glad to get her in people's hands finally.
The Queen of Junkertown has arrived. So how does the JunkerQueen fit into the overall world of Overwatch?
I think JunkerQueen's pretty interesting because there have been previous rulers of Junkertown. JunkerQueen was not always the queen. And the old rulers of Junkertown have always been kind of content to just, you know, lord over the city. But JunkerQueen, she has a very big axe and big ideas to go along with it.
What did you aim to achieve when developing JunkerQueen?
We want to tell deeper stories for our heroes, have heroes that are connected to the world of the game. Big thing for Overwatch 2 is to move the lore of Overwatch along, so these type of heroes help that.
What are her abilities, and how do those abilities actually make her successful in the role she's in?
What's pretty awesome about this hero, she was developed when 5v5 from the start. She was never a part of the 6v6 world of Overwatch. Knowing she's the only tank on the team, what abilities that will help bolster the team. She has this commanding shout. It boosts the speed and armor of the heroes around her. So especially you need to push through a choke. She does the shout, all the players hear it, they move forward. She has a bunch of weapons, you know. I think she named one of her weapons, right?
Yeah, her knife that she throws and pulls back is named Gracie.
Yes, right. A lot of her abilities kind of drain on the heroes and gives her health back.
Her ultimate, basically, it shoots you forward and you do this whirlwind with her axe that it does like a big anti-nade on everybody around you. So she's very aggressive and people are gonna have a ton of fun playing it.
Are there any particular maps you feel that JunkerQueen plays really well on?
Getting close is where she's pretty dangerous, so maps that have a nice flank routes allow her to get in closer to the enemy and then start to do what she does best is reckoning.
So another big piece of news over the weekend that got the Overwatch
like
community
Ash's
just
weapon.
buzzing with
bolt-action
excitement
rifle.
was, of course, the tease of your new cinematic trailer, The Wastelander, which we're going to premiere here in just a few moments. But before we do, Ben, can you tell us a little bit more about it?
I remember in the very beginning of our story room jam sections, there's talk about what type of story we want to tell, right? Should we include Junkrat? Should we include Roadhog? But ultimately, I think we wanted to focus on Junk, exactly on our main character. It's a character reveal. It's potentially a sort of a revenge origin story, you know. Actually give a little bit more lore into Junkertown, how she become the queen, how was that society being governed, you know, prior to she become the queen.
Well, you and the team, you
I feel
guys
like this is like the
poured so much
Junker
love and
storyline
time
is just
into these cinematics,
the
into
deepest
these heroes,
storyline that
and
they have so
it
far.
really shines through. I
They've
want to
worked
thank
so
all three
hard
of
on
you
this
for
like
taking the time to
JunkerQueen
sit
story.
down
There's
with me
so
today
much like
and sharing
involved in it.
all of this amazing information.
Yeah, thank you. So crazy.
I know the fans at home are on the edges of their seats. So am I, waiting to see it. So let's take a look at the world premiere
like the
of the
only
Overwatch 2's
other
new
group-
cinematic, The
It's like
Wastelander,
Zenyatta and Genji
featuring
that have
the
like a good
latest
story,
hero,
but
JunkerQueen.
we're gonna go quiet.
Take them out with the rest of the garbage. Let the wasteland deal with them.
Mom? Dad? What's happening?
We fought in a war together, Mason. Don't.
Please, don't leave us out here alone.
Get out of my city.
What? I'm not allowed to have a bad dream. No Wastelander has ever made it to the reckoning before. But here I am. A free-for-all. With zero rules. And the survivor
Oh, this is totally gonna become like a game mode.
gets the
A free-for-all dungeon kind of situation, no rules. It's becoming a game mode.
Welcome back, Junkertown.
King Howell has never lost. Not in 13 years of rule.
On the battlefield.
Not until today.
The reckoning begins in 5, 4, 3.
Did you really think this would be a fair fight? You don't survive the reckoning unless the winner grants you mercy. That's why I've got to win this whole thing.
Oh, I thought that was a Molotov. That would have made sense.
All right, let's get this started. Scavengers like you ain't so bad. You know how to fight dirty. I want scabs like him on my side when I'm queen. Speaking of, come on, big boy. Off target, like this one. G'day, Mary. What are you smiling
G'day,
at?
Mary.
If you're smart enough to run the Tinkers, why are you working for this strong guy?
Like you'd be any better.
At least I wouldn't shoot my friends in the back.
Wastelander scum. Why won't you just die?
Oh, there's
Because
Molotov.
we're stronger than you. You haven't had a real fight. In 13 years, we had them every bloody day.
I am the king. I own everyone here.
Not in this arena. arena. What the? This meathead has a bigger
Someone made a
magnet.
cameo.
That could have gone better.
You idiot! I'll kill you for that!
No, not today.
Mercy.
I'll give you the same mercy you showed my family 13 years ago. Get out of my city.
JunkerQueen!
Well, that turned out all right, didn't it? But now they're probably wondering what sort of changes I'll make around here. Well, buckler, they're about to find out.
This is the legend of the JunkerQueen!
Oh, and then Hammond is a part of that too.
What the world's been said and paid! To bear down with kerosene!
Oh. Oh.
Well, that about wraps things up for today here at Blizzard. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Make sure to follow Play Overwatch on social for all the latest news
Yes,
and announcements about
Queen.
Overwatch 2. And I can't wait to see you all in game.
Oh.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, this is what we just watched. We'll just watch it anyway.
Mine's Tracer.
Bye, Zoe. Go have a baby. She's about to pop.
You're one of those heroes, aren't you?
And later that day, I had a baby.
Human. Machine. You know there's more out there, don't you?
Even the best journeys end. But a new one is right around the corner. I am your queen!
We need the crown. Why don't we have the crown?
Let's take him to the wasteland!
One punch is all I need.
Nice work, team. Keep it moving.
I cannot wait to push. Yippee-ki-yay!
Yippee-ki-yay.
Check me out.
I want to see this Fox Spirit character.
Get in there. It takes a team to tango.
I can't believe we have to wait 2 weeks for this. They better have this beta right up until like the week before the game comes out. There's no point. There's no point. Just let us play the beta. Great job. That was alright. I'll take it. Alright, so let's take a look at what our predictions were. Where is it? Nope. Yes. Alright, we didn't get anything on the Moira orbs or new abilities for Moira. No yokai character, no guild system. Correct on 4. Battle Pass, loot box removal, cosmetic store. No teas from Alga. More redesigned heroes. We didn't really hear too much about that. Redesigned season events. Turn that off. Which one is it? Window capture, webcam. Nope. Oh, yeah, actually. And comp redesign. So we learned about what they're going to do for this. Could be like a tier level system, not like an actual just defined number, which is nice. Redesigned seasons. So we were right on 1, 2, 3. And then before that, we went over a couple things too. Awesome. I think we did well for ourselves. And that was fantastic. So thank you, Nick, for hanging out the whole time. 4 out of 8 ain't bad. Yeah, I'll take it. Super excited that JunkerQueen cinematic was fantastic. Probably gonna watch it again, off stream. But I think that's gonna be it for me though. Just wanted to watch the event. Super excited of where this is gonna go. I just want to get into it. Let's just make sure we all sign up for the beta though. We'll make sure we get in. I don't think it's been confirmed if you played the first beta if you're already signed up, but just make sure you just sign up anyway, because I'll just be doing that too. But fun and exciting stuff. The cosmetic store, the loot box removal, that's really fun. It's going to be fun to see the battle pass, how long a battle pass is. What else? I just want to see more characters. The idea of 3 characters coming out. So we have, in the 3, it's probably, they're including JunkerQueen, and then the Fox Girl, and then there's one more, which is probably going to be like Malga or something, right? So 3 new heroes, 6 new maps, a new character every other season. So cool. I wish I can bring up that little thing that they have. I'm sure they're going to be posting it somewhere. And I'll post it somewhere too. Like just their outline for, it's October, December, and then January is when the campaign releases. And they didn't really go into, which I was very surprised about, they didn't really go into any campaign details about like pricing, because that's a little confusing too, because we're talking about a regular campaign, but they're also talking about releasing PvE maps every so often too, so I don't know if they're both the same thing. So are we just going to get PvE maps that are free that everyone can just play, or is it like things you have to buy the campaign to be able to do the PvE stuff? So very curious. They'll probably go into that stuff more at the end of the year, probably closer to the time the campaign's probably going to be released. Very curious if it's going to be a full standalone campaign price of like $60 to $70, or if they're going to do like a $40 and then like $10 for the battle pass, because $10 are typically, well, battle passes are typically around like $10. I think we now just wait and see what their release schedule is like regarding content. Well, I mean, they pretty much outlined what they're going to do from October to December, and then into 2023. So they didn't give it an exact date of when the campaign was coming out. They just said 2023. So it's pretty clear. I'm curious to see if there's going to be a delay, if it's going to be exactly how they are saying it's going to be. Right, the 3. Can we bring it back up? Can I go back into this and see where they... No. Oh, okay, we can actually. Hold on. I want to find where they were talking about.
The Overwatch 2 play.
Come on, Chip.
New. Or maybe they don't.
Overall world of
Team.
We really want players.
Overwatch 2 is a dream for audio features. It's everything we've ever really wanted to do.
As Paul mentioned,
This mana counters a certain strategy that's too strong in the game.
We've got 2 more supports and another tank in just the first couple of seasons, and we're still working on new characters for a year and a half down the line as well. There's characters that folks have already seen glimpses of in the story, and there's also characters that you've never seen before, never heard about.
We were looking at making sure that the new heroes fit within this new, very fast-paced paradigm and less shields and crowd control. You can see a lot of that reflected in team play moments, but with a much faster-paced vibe.
I want to find that little.
We want to push the sci-fi, the futuristic feeling of
little
maps.
graphic that they
There's a
have.
touch of sci-fi everywhere you look. So this is something that was a bit more subtle in Overwatch 1. We really want.
It's gonna be hard for me to go through that. I'm not gonna do it. But once I find it, I'm sure they're gonna post it somewhere on their Twitter or something. I'll make sure I post it too. But yeah, just keep an eye on it. The next thing is just to get ready for this next round of beta stuff. It comes out on the 28th, right? So 2 weeks. And then we can look more at. I'm just very curious as to. Hopefully they stick to everything. There's not any delays or anything. That's gonna be something if there's like a delay or something. Or like, oh, by the way, like maybe this character's not gonna be ready, or this map's not gonna be ready. So very curious. Window capture. And then that as well. Okay. All right, yeah. So that's gonna be it for me. Thank you again to Nick. Thank you, Zinian, for being here for just a little bit for the lurk. I appreciate it. Steak and Olives was here for a little bit. Just Work was here for a little bit, and Tex. So thank you guys for hanging out. I don't think I will be here tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday. So everyone have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. And we'll see you guys back on Monday. We'll do the same kind of schedule. I think we'll do Overwatch and then probably VHS, potentially. We'll see. Have a good night, Nick. Thanks for hanging out and staying up for the stream. Appreciate it. And we'll talk about it more on Monday. Give it a whole weekend to rest, and we'll come back with some stuff to talk about. Thank you guys again. Peace out. Have a good weekend, guys. Peace.